Hello and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Welcome to your alternative Christmas Day message.
It is.
I'm King Dan.
And I'm Queen Alex. Oh, I see. Because yes, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm still Queen Alex. And yeah, it's clearly I've had too much mulled wine. I'm feeling very festive. It's the big day, Dan.
It is.
We have had our respective Christmas dinners. Because around the world, everyone has different traditions. Even if you're not Christian or you're not from the western side of the world, so to speak, people still do something, if not celebrate it in the religious style. So people are doing various different things all around the world today. In the UK, around now, you'd be sitting down in front of the TV, and you would have been a couple of years ago watching Old Queenie be speaking to you from a pre-record with her lovely thin golden rimmed glasses, square glasses, and a lovely perm with a crackling fire in the background and a corgi sat on her lap. She's talking to you from a very regal desk.
Scene set.
Now it's the king. He'd be doing no doubt something very similar, but not with the perm and not with the corgis, not with the glass, but you get the idea. He's going to be doing something, no doubt still from a very stately situation. That's boring. Let's do something different. Let's mix things up.
Yeah.
This is your alternative Christmas Day message, delivered as always for the 6th year running.
Something like that.
It's got to be.
We've done this, I think, most years.
Yeah, over at OTT Central. So yeah, we are offering something alternative to the humdrum and the rigmarole of Christmas Day. This is your alternative Christmas Day here at OTT. So pour yourself mulled wine, gather the family, give Granny a nudge and get close to your smart speaker. As for another year, we give you an alternative Christmas Day message here from the orange sofa. Now as we look back on the year, Dan, we had a very busy year.
It's been very busy.
Actually, it's been more busy than last year. You got some numbers.
I do.
Just tell us, what has been this year OTT in the numbers?
So this year, we've released 38 episodes, not including this one, so this will be 39.
Wow.
34 new episodes, if you include this one. 6 of those, Alex, were on the go.
Well, there's 6.
6.
Phenomenal.
6. Compared to last year, that's an increase on all numbers.
It is.
So last year we did 36 episodes. 31 of those were new, and only 4 of them were on the go.
They were.
So we've really excelled this
smashed
year.
it. With nearly 40 hours of content. Unique content.
40 hours?
Yep.
Usually you make me guess every year on what the numbers are.
Well, you know numbers are higher because of higher episodes. Yeah. Nearly 40 hours of unique, time-relevant, delicious podcast audio from the South Coast in Portsmouth.
Wonderful.
It's beautiful. What have been your highlights?
Highlights?
Because we've had quite the mix. As you say, we've done a fair amount of on-the-goes. Almost every couple of months we've been out and we've recorded, we've gone to the cinema, and as we're going from the cinema doors and then the subsequent film reviews. We've got volume 2s coming out of our ears, but for good reasons, because they've been so good we've had to revisit, or we've got more notes to cover. So yeah, a really great mix, and I've got quite an eclectic mix because we've had quite an eclectic year. But what been your highlights first?
I'll kick it off with OTT 151 with Dale Chatwin and the Bob Howler.
Yeah, I was going to have that, but I knew you would.
We it was a bit of a last minute episode really, because what had happened was we were planning on getting Dale on anyway to talk about the Bob Howler, but his book release got pushed forward, and we sort of scurried to get him on, and thankfully I'm good friends with Dale, and he was very willing.
Gave us a time, and it was great,
and we had a great time.
Really good chat, actually. For all intents and purposes, an informal get together, a nice little conversation, and it did feel like I was in a pub with him. He's a really nice guy, very intelligent chap, and it was a pleasure to talk about kind of the thought process of going into storytelling and his background and his life or a bit of his life and how that kind of influenced his storytelling and the story of the Bob Howler, which was fascinating.
Yeah, like how he put the book together and how popular culture has influenced the way he writes things. I mean, talking of the pub, you'll have to come down to the pub with us soon. Get together, have some beers.
I mean, I wouldn't last 2 minutes with a craft beer, but
that's the beauty of craft beer, Alex. You don't have to drink a pint of it. You can just have a third or a half.
I'll be on the floor on the third, but that's fine. That's all good.
On the third, after a third.
Yeah. Those things are potent, man. Depends, like 20%.
Depends what you're drinking.
Belgian beer.
You keep. Yeah, I suppose. I mean, you can have a pale ale or an IPA. They usually come in at usually 4 or 5%.
A table or session lager.
Yeah. Table beer. Yeah, usually about 3%.
Okay.
You won't find those at Mackie, but
no, I'd smuggle it. But yeah, no, sounds good.
So that was my first one. My second highlight of the year. I mean, this is no particular order. I've tried to put it in like episode order. A Paranormal Investigation with Southern Ghost Society, OTT 164 to 166. Every year we've tried to figure out how we're going to push the boundaries. And this year, I think we've exceeded those boundaries.
And more some.
By going on a paranormal investigation with Dan and Co. I mean, it was so rich in content just from, I mean, how long were we there for? 8 o'clock till 2 in the morning?
But it also didn't feel that long.
No.
And we're there also a little bit more earlier than that. That's recording time, but actually before to set up and to look around and get introduced. But we were there a long time. But it went really quickly, which is really odd.
Yeah, so we went to Wimmering Manor. Had a really good Esther session, or Estes session.
Yeah.
Which you can listen to, what was that, in 165? 165, which was part 2. And then, of course, the wash-up in 166, where we got Dan and Andy back.
Yes.
We had Andy on the show for a couple of years, so we got him back. It's always good to have that balance between Dan and Andy. They're both very different in the way they think, but they sort of bounce off each other really well.
Yeah. Really good.
So, really enjoyed that. OTT 169, Alex. What If? Your Alternative Avengers.
Yes.
Really enjoyed that one. Seeing what the universe could have potentially looked like.
Right? Yeah.
You know, our bread and butter, and discussing, could we have seen the actor or actress in that role?
The mind boggles.
OTT 170, films that killed careers. Very bleak, but also very interesting, very eye-opening.
Yeah.
And more recently, let me just work out the numbers, because we are in the future.
Oh, yeah.
But we're recording in the past. OTT 173, A Very Merry OTT Hallmark Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Which was so much fun, putting together creatively and, again, pushing the boundaries and showing each other what we'd done in the background.
Yeah. Lots of creative outlets were satisfied, I think. And, again, it's a different way of us kind of dabbling with the medium of audio. If you're going to get very artistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good fun. We enjoyed it.
But those are my highlights. What were yours?
Very similar, but I've got OTT 144, which was your favourite Naughties Films Volume 2.
That was good.
It's always good doing those types of films, because you invariably look back at the list of films released each year and you go, oh yeah, I forgot about that film. Or I haven't seen that one in a while, I'll watch it again. Or I didn't realise it was released that year, and you go down memory lane. So I always love your favourite 90s films, noughties films, and that was a volume 2, long time coming. And the earlier part of the year, we did 146, which is What Grinds Your Gears, but it was a cinema etiquette edition.
Yes, that was a fantastic episode.
Really enjoyed it. And it came off the back of, I think, a couple of visits that we've been to where people had been shining phones, or were we together where someone was told to go sling the hook?
Yeah, I think we were.
Yeah. Because people were, talking or being silly, and we just had enough.
And I think a listener wrote in to tell us to do that episode as well. So it sort of tied in quite nicely.
So we had to do something very special for that one. That was number 146. After that, then 8 episodes later, we did 154. Quick maths. You're Getting the Sea. What Grinds Your Gears, Volume 3.
It gets angry.
2025 Ranty Edition. Similar things annoyed us. E-scooters, train journeys, but of a different ilk. Then we did something new in 162. We did your favourite cult classic films. So these are films which didn't initially take off but ended up being quite successful. Donnie Darko, Fight Club, those types of things.
The Lost World.
Oddly. Where, these things, you go, oh yeah, they are big, but when they're released, they just about broke even. Often, more often not, they'd make their money on the DVD sales, not on the theatrical release. And that's a really interesting one to look at and go, oh really? Or I didn't realise. So yeah, that's a really interesting one. And there's loads of other cult classic films that we couldn't cover.
A lot of nostalgia. So I think Volume 2 in the new year.
I think I'm going to have to. And then I had, yes, the same as you, 165, which was part 2 of SGS, where we actually did the ST session. And that one still gives me goosebumps thinking about it and talking about it. Give it a listen. We've got people mic'd up. You can hear both sides of the conversation. We're in the room. I can't explain it. And as Dan, you said, we've pushed the boundaries. I don't know where we go from here, but I think we have surpassed what we've done in the past. I've really enjoyed it. It does scare the crap out of me. And then we've got 169, so it's What If Your Alternative Avengers. Yeah. So good just to kind of think about, if people hadn't turned these things down, or their schedule had allowed them to perhaps get on board with the Marvel family, what would that look like if that character wasn't, the characters that we know and love now? What if it wasn't Chris Evans? What happens if it wasn't RDJ? What happens if it wasn't Scarlett Johansson? It was all these other people instead playing these roles, and how would that look and feel, and what will they bring to the characters? Really interesting to kind of play around that one. It's fascinating. Those are my highlights. So, we got loads, obviously, as you say, Dan, 36, 38 episodes. We got loads. Those just a pure handful, but they're all good. Those stand out because actually I think we had a lot of fun in particular, but they're all good. Really busy year. No filler.
Been a lot of fun. If it wasn't fun, I think we probably would have quit by now. But then even pushing the boundaries on the artwork and still learning that craft for, the socials and YouTube, it keeps me busy, keeps me occupied, and you're always constantly thinking, what could I do differently? Yeah. And that'll come up more in Hopes and Dreams in a second.
Let's do that. So yeah, things to look forward to. Hopes and Dreams. You mentioned it. I've got it here. It's a rebrand.
Yes, that is in my notes, and potentially a new logo.
Yeah, so we've been talking about this for a while. It's probably time to do a spring clean. Maybe in the spring we do that, where we dust things off and give it a new lick of paint and give it a new feel. Some things might change, some things might not. We'll see. But yeah, it'd be really interesting to kind of breathe new life. And it's the same our podcast, right? I'm not going to change necessarily the way we do things, but the way it looks and feels might be slightly different.
Could be the way we end the podcast might go at the beginning. Try and encourage you to subscribe.
Early doors.
It's just little things we've been thinking about. I've been knocking up bits of artwork that what it could potentially look like, and we both sort of agree that
new templates.
It's sort of needed, that refresh, but we just need some expert advice, and
we'll be seeking that out.
Unfortunately, it has fallen through quite recently, but
it's
the
fun.
Interest is life gets in the way, and things happen. But we'll sit down with hopefully Miles and get some expert advice, some guidance, maybe some green ticks on what we've already produced, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, it'd be lovely. So yeah, I've got that. I've got more use of AI tools to bring the channel to life.
Ooh.
But we talked about it last year in terms of how AI is taking over, but it's more of how it makes it interactive and brings the audio format to life for the socials, which is clearly a visual thing.
Yeah.
We dabbled a lot with Nano Banana this year, and I've had lots of fun doing that. with Google AI. Who knows what happens in next year? I mean, AI is developing at such an insane rate that, when we started first looking at AI a couple of years ago,
dead internet theory, wasn't it?
Yeah, it couldn't process human beings. His eyes were wonky, and it had 7 fingers on one hand, and there was a third arm, and it was all a bit mental. Now it's almost indistinguishable, and that's only in the space of 18 months. What's it going to be like in a year? I
saw a video on Instagram earlier, and it was like one of those videos where they have it in half. At the top, they had the first iteration of Will Smith trying to eat something.
Yeah.
And it's awful. Like he's sort of like wobbling all over the place.
Yeah.
And
it's not stable.
Fingers disappearing. It's just. But then the one below from this year, he's sat on this like beautiful vineyard, and he's eating his spaghetti and meatballs, and it's flawless.
Yeah,
it's nuts. I mean, it might get frowned upon by a few people, but look, we don't have the money.
No, or the resources, or necessarily the skill sets. But I mean, this is where we use the tools to augment and enhance, not to replace. Otherwise, we wouldn't do this, because you just type in a script and you get AI to basically have a conversation with itself, and that's just not fun. So yeah, we'll have a look at that and see how that can perhaps help us in the new year. And I've got here, like usual, just more interviews. I've really enjoyed speaking to the people we have this year. We've been really fortunate for people to give us their time. SGS, Dale. Hopefully next year we'll have more.
Well, hopefully at the time of recording, I'll have a new toy to play with, some more microphones, and I'll make us a bit more mobile. Touch wood. If not, hopefully I'll have some Christmas money to spend, and
there we go.
We'll make it happen. Don't worry.
We'll be out on the road bothering people. But yeah, that'd be my hopes and dreams, Dan.
Anyone in mind that you want to interview?
Everyone.
Just everyone.
If you've got the power, let's abuse it.
I always find it fascinating. I've approached people who I've genuinely found sort of quite interesting over the years. I said, "Would you like to be on the podcast?" And they've said, "No, I'm not that interesting." But I genuinely feel like everyone has a story.
They do, but the irony is people that say they're not interesting, they really are.
Yeah.
But to them, they're just them. I think that's why it's fascinating to speak to those people, because actually when you start to unravel their story, what they've got to tell, actually ends up being really quite the opposite. Is really quite interesting, fascinating.
I think when we speak to Miles about the rebrand, he's the sort of person that probably would sit down, open up and talk about, marketing and all that stuff. And some of his other creative backgrounds, but then he knows people that might potentially open us up to other future guests.
There you go.
Fingers crossed. So I'm looking forward to it. This rebrand. Of course, we're also thinking about changing the logo.
Yep.
I guess I'm slightly concerned that having the Spinnaker and the Lipstick Tower and Portsmouth Cathedral on it might alienate some of our overseas listeners,
or people from
maybe overthink it,
from other parts of the country, maybe. I mean, we are a South Coast podcast. We don't necessarily have to be just based in one city. So there's plenty to think about for sure in that regard.
If you have any ideas of a potential logo, let us know.
Yeah,
we'll have the contact details at the end. I've also put entering our 8th year and pushing more creative boundaries.
It's 8 years already.
It'll be 8 years in May. Is it May? Yeah, it'll be May 18th.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's insane.
Time flies. Maybe some more on the go episodes, but hopefully when the weather's a bit nicer and a bit warmer. Because the last one we were literally walking through.
It was a literal storm.
It was a named storm. I can't remember what it was. It wasn't Storm Bram. That was this week.
It's a lass's name though. She went happy. I haven't seen Gunwharf with sideways rain and the wind. It's the kind of. I don't think I could describe to you. Actually, the lapel mics. This is on the go for the Goldeneye episode.
Yes.
I don't think the lapel mics did their job. The mufflers stopped the howling of the wind, but it was whistling. And it's kind of rain where it's very light, but you can see like a wall of grey as sideways rain. It was insane.
It hits your face. It's like sandpaper.
It was absolutely nuts. And in the UK, when it becomes a notable storm, they name it. She's never really good. So it had a name, as you say, Dan. So hopefully, when we do the next one, it won't be so bad, because there was no behind the scenes. I could wear those glasses; they get ruined.
Yeah, quite. I don't know what the next on the go is. I'm sure we'll find out in a couple of episodes' time when we do most anticipated 2026.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, if you want to get involved and tell us what you're looking forward to in the new year, you can let us know on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Threads, or Blue Sky, which is at On The Topic Pod. And we've got Gmail, which is onthetopicpodcast@gmail.com. Alex, got YouTube and WordPress.
Yeah, our website is ontopicpodcast.wordpress.com. Go give it a visit, see how actively marks our bios. We've got our whole back catalogue there, so actually you can listen. If you don't have a podcast player of a preference, you can stream for free all the way from number 1 till now, at your leisure. We've got some bonus content on there, so from our previous episodes all the way to more recently our very merry Hallmark OTT Christmas. We've got some additional scripts, and the ilk could be on there as well. And it's worth a visit and a look. And we've also got YouTube, so it's at OTTGITS or On Topic Podcast with Alex and Dan. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you can be notified when a new episode drops. Alternatively, there's Spotify.
Yes.
We're bouncing all around the place, but Spotify is where we're hosted. And this week, what is the special comments that people are to leave in the comments box below if they are listening to Spotify?
Mince pie.
Mince pie, singular?
Singular.
Okay.
I mean, I'm partial to a couple of mince pies in the morning.
You have to. But one pie, we'll know that we know what's going on here. So comment below mince pie, and you can be our star listener of the episode.
Yes, please.
But yeah, those are the ways you can get in contact with us. But I mean, look, leave us a rating if you feel so inclined. Send us a Christmas present, a very late one. I know it's about 3:30 now, at the time of when this episode drops, UK GMT. But that's fine. Some people, the wrong ones, have Christmas presents after Christmas dinner.
Freaks.
It's in the morning, 100%. But some people leave it until the end of the day.
Freaks.
I don't get that.
Don't do that.
But we're happy to accept a late one. So subscribe. That's a lovely present. But leave us a rating if you feel so inclined, because that really helps us to get out there and people to find us and get on board and join the family.
Yeah, this is always a nice way to round off our year as well. We reflect on the year. The following episode, we sort of, I guess in a way, it comes full circle. We reflect on most anticipated for this year.
Yeah.
Do the awards. Choose some of our favourite things. And then we go into the new year.
We do.
With a new most anticipated.
Yeah, it's plenty to look forward to.
Wonderful stuff. But I guess that's it, Alex.
It's another Christmas.
It is another Christmas. I'm off to make myself a Christmas sandwich now. I'm feeling a bit peckish again. I've been down.
I'm cracking out cheese boards. I've got the chutneys out. I've got the crackers. And I'm pouring myself another mulled wine. I'm Alex.
And we'll see you next time.
Merry Christmas.